so much for stopping by my channel and hanging out with me for another video. So today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Recently, if you know you've been following my channel, last year I mentioned that I was planning on buying this sofa that I've been saving for. I didn't buy the exact one. I bought one that was much cheaper. So I had quite a little bit of extra funds left over, and I put that into extra things for around the home, which I have shared some of them before. And the rest of the things that I've picked up for the final touches to the house, I thought I would share with you today. So I went out to Ikea, to Kmart, to Big W, Target, Daiso, just a few places around about in Australia. Some things I picked up online as well, from Tommy Swiss and from Mocha, Australia. So some bigger furniture items. As you can see in the bedroom behind me, I do have a new bed. I actually invested in a gas lift bed just for additional storage for the home. So I'll take you through and give you a look at that just to finish up the final touches of the house. And I mean, we've actually been here for 2.5 years now. And so just putting on the finishing touches, and it's like I put in an Instagram post, Touchwood or Murphy's Law or whatever. Now that kind of the house is sort of at that done stage, I bet we end up moving. Anyway, I thought it would be a nice fun change to add something a little bit different. With all that said, let's get straight on into this haul video. So I thought I would just give you a quick look at some of the bigger items that I picked up. So obviously this new king size bed with the gas lift function, allowing for tons of storage underneath. I also picked up a few new bookshelves just to hold some things around my house, which I have put here in my home office area, but I have actually switched up and changed it to a different place in my room. For my boys' bedroom, I switched out their white wooden heavy bunk beds for these black metal, kind of more modern, bit older looking, and I also did a few other little bits and pieces in their room as well, which I'll be sharing in some bedroom makeover videos that are coming soon. I actually realized that the H&M bed covers that they had on their bedroom I have had for about 4 years, so it was well and truly time for a change. So as I mentioned before, I've had the H&M covers for quite a few years now. It was time to pick up some new ones. I went with plain grey, kind of a darker charcoal grey, which I think will look nice with the black bunk beds. And these were on sale at, it was like an outlet type shop. And then because they were the end of lease, they had further 40% off their already reduced prices. So I picked up those for the boys' room. So for my bedroom, I picked up some new sheets and a new quilt cover. Again, for me, I haven't bought sheets for my bed in, I'm gonna say, over 8 years, since before my youngest son was born. Definitely haven't purchased any new sheets. I did buy one new like a bedspread off Amazon. It was quite inexpensive, and then also that pink runner that I use on the end of my bed from Kmart. But actual sheets and a quilt cover, haven't purchased any for a very, very long time, 8 years or more. So I was like, yeah, it's probably time for some new sheets. So I picked up just a plain set of white sheets, and it's just got a little bit of piping. They had grey and I think they had navy blue, so I just picked up the grey. The price is $139 for 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton sheets, king size. That's a pretty good price, so definitely happy to find those at that price. 1,000 thread count Egyptian cotton bed sheets can be super pricey, like several $100s. I've seen them up around the $400 mark in Sheridan, even in the Sheridan outlet. So that is definitely a good price. And then on top of that, I picked up a quilt cover set. So this just comes with the quilt cover and the pillowcases, which is good because I wanted to add some white pillows to the back of my pillow arrangement, whatever you call it, your bed setup, bed decor. I don't know, the pillows that you put up, the decorative topping things that you put on your bed. So plain white, it's got like a little bit of a pattern, a textured pattern, but I do like to stick with white just so it goes with everything. And then you can just change like the look and feel of your room, just changing up the color of like a throw at the end of the bed or the cushions or whatever you use, but just having that white plain one, it looks really nice and clean and I like it. I had white for a very long time, so the prices were really good, and I had been looking to purchase a new king size quilt for my bed. It can be really expensive to get a really good quality quilt. I was thinking about it. I've had my quilt, so it's like a feather and down quilt, and I've had mine since I lived in Sydney, which would be, I'm gonna say, like 20 years ago. And I just wash it through the washing machine, dry it in the dryer. Probably do that about once a month, and it has lasted a good time. So investing in really good quality bedding, it definitely pays off in the long run because you will have it for a very long time. This is the king size down and feather quilt that I picked up. And again, these can be extremely expensive for king size, especially feather and down. They can go for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I think this one was $119. I did pick this up from, I think it's called Manchester House, and it is in the Aspley Hypermarket shopping centre, just opposite Kmart. So if you are looking for some really good priced Manchester and you are in Brisbane, go check it out because they had a ton of stuff really cheaply priced. So I'm looking forward to putting that on my bed because my 20-year-old quilt is looking a little bit sad. So yes, I'm looking forward to having this one for maybe the next 20 years, who knows. Right, so again, for my boys' room, going with that black, white, grey type theme, I grabbed this basket, and I don't think it's like made out of that water hyacinth or those natural fibers. I think this is actually fabric. I think this is actually made out of plastic. It looks nice and neat and cool and cute, and I thought that this would be good for either their toys, or I like to have a basket where I can just dump things into their room for them to put away. So if they've left stuff throughout the house or whatever, or if they've got some clean clothes or some things to put away, I like to have a basket where it's just inside their door, and I'll just put it in, and then once a week I'll just tell them, go through your basket, empty it out, put all the things away. So I think it's just a nice size for a toy box in their room, and just going with that black, white and grey theme. This one I picked up from Kmart and it was $25, but it is really quite big. This next thing I picked up from Kmart, it is just a very simple marble look. Oh no, it says it's marble rectangular tray. I was thinking of using it in the kitchen, but then when I got it home, I was like, actually, I think I'll put this in my bedroom and use it like for just displaying things like perfumes and stuff. So I don't know, I like to have trays to keep everything kind of corralled and neatly assembled in one place. So that was great, and I think this was $10, I'm gonna say, but I will definitely link them in the prices for everything that I can find online below. That was great from Kmart. And then also recently I picked up this one, this lotus, pink lotus. So in my bedroom, it is currently blush pink and white, with also like the grey colours. So I think I'm going to just keep that colour scheme because I really like the pillows, the decorative pillows that I've got on my pillow on my bed. I have had those for years and years and years. I don't just buy things for the sake of them to switch them out. As long as I like them, I'm happy to just keep them. I don't care if I've had them for years, and then I'll just buy, little tiny things to switch in and out. And I was actually thinking of using this to store my hairbrushes. So just to put my hairbrush in there, thinking of putting in that, but who knows, I might actually end up using it for what it's intended and use it for a plant pot. So from Ikea, I also picked up some extra scrub storage containers, and these are just to go under the gas lift bed. I do have a couple of these already throughout the house in all the different sizes, and I measured out. The annoying thing though is Ikea are actually discontinuing this color, so black scrub boxes. I don't know why they're discontinuing. They used to have black and white. They've kept the white, discontinuing the black and replacing it with light gray, and I'm like, why do you have to do that? When I buy things for like storage, I like to keep the same type and the same color theme throughout the whole house. Like I don't want to have half of them black, half of them gray, some random ones white. I like to keep it so they're the same throughout the house, and I was just like, why did you have to do that, Ikea? Seriously, again, discontinuing things that are so good. Why? What's wrong with just keeping black and white? Why you have to make grey? Why you have to make it difficult for everyone? It's for suckers like me who will probably repurchase a whole house full of storage containers just to make sure that they are the same colour all the way through the house. It's like, God damn you, Ikea. Anyway, so I bought the last of the black ones that I could find, size 4 in the medium size and 1 in the extra large size. So I think that will do for everything that I need to store under my bed. So I don't want it to be like just a messy hodgepodge of random crap chucked under there. I want it to be obviously in order and all really nicely and neatly stored, so that it is, making the most of the storage space that's available, but also keeping it really nicely organized, neat and tidy. So I picked up all of these beverage contraptions. The front two are just two teapots, obviously very self-explanatory. Not only to encourage me to not drink so much coffee, but we've also started a little family tradition of having afternoon teas. So we definitely like to make a pot of tea and, you know, just have some muffins or scones or, you know, something just little and fun just to enjoy as a family together. So they have been great. One is from Ikea and one is from Kmart, but they are almost identical. I'm pretty sure they are made in the same exact factory. This is a cold brew coffee maker, which I'm absolutely flipping loving. When you go out to buy drinks at Starbucks or anywhere like that, it can very quickly get very expensive. I know if you spend $5 a day on takeaway coffees, you add that up what you're spending in a year. I actually stopped buying takeaway coffees and, you know, drinks like from Starbucks and those kind of places a couple of years ago, and instead I saved my money and I purchased a Louis Vuitton Neverfull and a Chanel card holder with the money that I would have otherwise just spent away frivolously on coffees and takeaway drinks. And I'm not saying you just never have to have a takeaway coffee ever again in your life, but definitely if you pay attention to where your money is going, you can definitely cut back on those things and save it for something that is, you know, a little bit more meaningful and something that is a bit more of an investment than just chucking your money away every day on takeaway coffees. So cold brew coffee maker, obviously you just pop in your coarse grinds and then you top it up with cold brew, leave it overnight, and then you have the base coffee to make all of your really nice drinks with, which I've been experimenting with and sharing on Instagram as well. So definitely check out my Instagram if you want some little inspo things, and I'll pop some recipes down below. This one is just for cold drinks. So for this one, I'm thinking of making iced tea, like cold brew iced tea in it, again just to save money from purchasing these things when you go out. I also purchased from Bubble Tea Australia all of the ingredients that you can make like boba tea and bubble tea, because again, whenever I take my kids out, it's like $15-20 a time to buy all three of us one of these drinks. So purchase the ingredients to make them at home, and we've been experimenting and having a lot of fun making our own homemade bubble teas, which is really cool and it saves you a ton of money. The bamboo tray I have picked up recently also from Target. I use this for a centerpiece for my dining room table. It is in that same kind of color scheme theme of my whole house, which is white, wood, bamboo, metal, piece of decor. So I like to use things that you can use for decor, so you can sit this in the middle of the table and it looks nice, but it's also serving a function as a serving tray. Along with that home cafe theme, I picked up another 2 of these canisters to complete my set. Actually, I think I'm going to need to get 1 more of each size to really complete the set. But these are great value. They are from Target, and I've mentioned before, the seals are excellent. You just have to go through and pick out the ones with the really good seals. And I have had things like chocolate coated rice cake snacks that would go stale really quickly. I think I've had them in there for like a week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, and they're still crispy and crunchy. So these definitely keep stuff fresh, which I'm very happy with. So these 2, I think they're $5 and $7 from Target, and I do like them. They're just like really simple, really clean. And this same style, if you go to like a homeware store, like it's called Wheel and Barrow here, but I'm sure it's Crate and Barrel in the States, or even online stores. I know a lot of online stores in Australia that sell labels also sell canisters like this, and they are really expensive. So definitely pick up these from Target or somewhere and save your money. Very affordable and really good quality. So now more on the home kind of decor-y type things. I picked this up for my balcony. So it is a hurricane, brass looking hurricane, brass look hurricane. So you put a candle inside and it just looks kind of cute, really sweet. This was $12 from Kmart. I saw it when I was looking for something else, which I couldn't find in Kmart. Surprise, surprise, nothing is available in Kmart these days. But I thought it looked cute and I didn't want to waste a trip to Kmart, so I picked this up anyway. Also, while we were at Kmart, I picked up some new cleaning cloths. I know I've had my Daiso cleaning cloths for many years now. They're starting to look a little bit worn out, so I think I'm going to donate those to charity, where you can donate your textiles to recycle. And I've picked up these. So these are just regular plain microfiber cloths. And honestly, I picked them because of the color palette, because they are really cute, like pastel kind of colors in grey and pink and blue. Actually, 2 of these are for me, and then 1 of these is going into the 100k giveaway. Okay, the next thing that I picked up in Target was just some extra bag clips, and I thought it was kind of cute because the color scheme kind of matches the cleaning cloth color scheme, so that grey and kind of bluishy kind of color. That is some new stuff that I've picked up for cleaning and organising around the home. What else have I got? Alright, I got these baskets that I mentioned. So these baskets from Big W, and I mentioned these in a video that I filmed probably a month ago now, living room makeover video, because I found this huge size one. So I had a huge size one like this, and this goes on the top of my shelves in my living room, and you can see it's massive, so it holds an absolute ton. And I do live in a 2-bedroom apartment with no storage and no garage, so I've got to make the absolute most out of every single spare space of storage available. So I use this to hold tons of things. I picked up another one just to have 2 because I like matching numbers. I don't know, maybe it's a Libra thing. I like to have matching. And then I picked up some more in the different sizes. And because there's such limited stock between stores, sometimes you can't find multiples of the same one. So when I see one in one size, I will just grab it. But I actually picked up this one, which is the small one. And I picked this one up on another day, and I thought it was the same size, but it's actually a medium size one. So now I have 2 of the big size and 1 each of the small and the medium. So I'm looking for another small and medium, but like everywhere, Big W is currently out of stock, so I'll just keep my eye out and pick it up if I can find one, just to have a matching set of each. But if not, I'll just use it wherever I might potentially need one random basket. But they're really good quality. They're super sturdy. They're not that kind of flimsy. You know, you can sometimes get flimsy ones. These ones have actually got like a really sturdy wire frame. And I have had issues with kind of water hyacinth basket previously. I had some that I had from Kmart, and they kind of went all like moldy in the position that I had them. So I picked up, and I was super paranoid about anything going moldy because there was a leak in my kid's bedroom window frame, which has just been repaired. But with all of that extra moisture and then just condensation, my youngest son is actually also allergic to mold and mold spores. So I found this, and this is actually a Queensland product. And I picked this up from the IGA. So if you're in Australia, particularly if you're in Queensland, look for this stuff in the IGA. It's oil of cloven sweet orange. It's by Our Eco Clean. It's all natural. It is Australian owned and made, naturally antibacterial. And I know that clove is very commonly used as like a preventative like applications for stopping mold. Now, clove has a very particular smell, so you'll either love it or you might find it a little bit offensive, but the smell doesn't last forever. But all I've done is just gone and made sure I've given these like a good spray down. I don't mind the smell of clove. I quite like it. You can use it actually for medicinal purposes. If you get like a toothache or something and you can't get to the dentist, you can actually get a whole clove and just put it against your tooth or your gum, and it will actually act as like a numbing, I don't know, it's got like numbing properties, like what do you call it when you numb something? Like an anesthetic. I'm definitely enjoying using this, and I've just been spraying this kind of randomly all around the house. So I'll spray like the curtains, all of the windowsills, anywhere where there's like condensation that builds up, either from weather or just from like all the windows and doors being closed up overnight. And then when you're breathing in small spaces, condensation can build up really quickly. So definitely recommend checking this out. I also use it to spray just down in the drains and things. As you can see, I've been using it for a while. I think this was about $8 or $9 from IGA, but it's a pretty decent size. So it's 500 mils, so half a litre. So that is good value. In that same anti-mold theme, I also picked up a whole bunch of these things, again with that leak in my kids' room, which has been fixed, but still the amount of moisture that was through the house. Into your closet or into your wardrobe, and they'll just absorb any moisture. And then this fills up. It's actually kind of cool to see it because it just like fills up so much, and it just shows you how much moisture is actually in the air, which can contribute to things getting musty and moldy and mildewy, which I am dead set against. Comes in a pack of 2. I got these from Big W. But I know that Daiso also have them, so I also picked up, and again, I think they're made in the exact same, literally in the exact same factory. So this is the damp red one, and I think this one was about $7 or $8. This is the Daiso one, and I think this one was $2.80. So it will be interesting to see how they both work. This one's a charcoal one, this one's just regular damp red charcoal one. It'll be interesting to see how they work. And then again on the same theme, because I purchased a gas lift bed and I am really paranoid about any chance that mold or mildew is going to get, you know, into anything that is not being opened up and aired out all the time. So I thought that inside the storage boxes that I'm going to be putting in the bottom of the bed, I would also be adding, just as that extra layer of precaution, as well as spraying them down with this before I pack them up and put them in under the bed. Just also adding in these, which are again just a range of dehumidifying products, which I picked up again from Daiso, and some of these you can actually reuse. So they have a color changing thing, and when they get full of moisture they'll change to a different color, and it says you just put it in the sunlight and then you kind of recharge them or something, or they dry out I guess, and then you can reuse them once they've turned back to the other color. I think it's pink and blue. Yeah, but you can put these into your storage boxes and storage bags, and they will absorb the humidity and hopefully prevent any mold or mildew. Again, these ones are charcoal, so I bought just a variety of different types to test, and I actually saw on Amazon there's something that you can buy which is a reusable one, and you dry it out in the microwave. So it's like an egg looking thing, and I don't know what it's made out of, but I'm definitely going to look into that. So if anyone has used any of those rechargeable ones that you can get on Amazon, and if they are actually good, I think they're about $20 or $25. Let me know if you've used it and how you found it. Some random pickups for my home office. So again, because I am now working from home, in the middle of doing a little bit of a home office makeover, so I just picked up these plain white plastic drawers, which I will share with you my home office makeover in an upcoming video. That is just some pretty stock standard plain white drawers that are plastic, so definitely easy clean, and just to hold some home office supplies. And with the home office theme, I have also picked up from Ikea some more of the containers in the same range that I already have. It's the Kugus range. So it is just a very simple white plain box with a lid, and I have picked up these specifically for receipts. So I just keep the receipts in here. I have some bigger boxes that I was previously using, but the thing is with the bigger boxes, I think it encourages you to just, or it doesn't encourage you, but it gives you the opportunity to leave it until you've got a whole ton to take care of. Whereas if you've got a smaller size that you're putting all the receipts in, once it gets filled, you know, all your receipts and all your to-do things, once it gets full, you can't ignore it. So if you struggle with keeping on top of your kind of paperwork and that boring life admin type stuff, I would encourage getting a smaller size container to store the things in, so it forces you to do less more often, so it just doesn't get like into a out of control state where you actually just dread doing it. So definitely these smaller size are better suited to the setup that I've got for my home office, and also to encourage to do less more often. Okay, so now the last few things that I picked up from Ikea are just more like home decor type things. Picked up these two little lamp bases. So it's like an old-fashioned type lamp base, and this one is just plain black, so I'm thinking of putting this one in my kids' room to go with that black, white, grey theme again. And I'll just open it up, because at Ikea, and I do have one of these light bulbs in my living room already. So I've got this one already in my living room in that retro kind of style lamp. It's really nice, and it looks really decorative when it is switched on, and it just gives a really nice ambient glow. And then I've seen this one a couple of times in Ikea, and I was like, oh, I would love to have that. Okay, So this one is for my kids' room, and these are just light bulbs. They're really cool. But I was like, oh, it wouldn't really match the decor in the house. But then I was like, well, it would actually go really well in the boys' room. And especially now that I've done a little makeover. Tell me I bought the wrong size. Oh, I'm trying to screw it in when it's got a freaking cap on it. Okay, so you need to unscrew the cap first. Good one. Freaking genius. Wow. And I'll have to obviously show it with the lights off. But it just looks so cool. It just puts this cool glow around. So I got that one with the black base and the multicolored like spray lights. It kind of reminds me of these things, and I don't know if you grew up in the 70s. I don't know if you remember, there used to be lamps, and they used to have like, it used to look like a tree, and it had like a palm tree kind of thing, and it had little LED lights down the bottom, and it used to like cycle through all these different colors, and I used to be obsessed with them. And I remember my mum was like, oh, that's so tacky, that's Takarama. And I was like, it's so cool. And I know you can get like Christmas trees with them, the same kind of thing, so this kind of gives me those vibes. So I'm living my childhood through my kids, trying to give them all the things that I never got. And then for the lounge room, and again, it just looks kind of cute. And it's just enough to give off some really nice ambient background lighting. And I know it won't be to everyone's style, because I know people will probably want like a cover, but I actually quite like the decorative light bulbs, kind of on trend right now, so I like it. So that is that. The other couple of things that I picked up from Ikea is just this very plain, simple glass measuring jug. I do have a glass measuring jug, but it is massive. It's one of those Pyrex ones, so it looks like really old-fashioned, like 1960s or something. Not cool 1960s vintage. It looks just like kind of daggy. So this one is just a bit nicer. It's plain, and it will also fit in my storage spot for the jug, allowing my measuring cups to sit next to it, rather than having the big jug take up the whole space and then having to store everything else that I've got stored in that space inside the jug. So I have to take everything out whenever I want to use it. This is a better way, because I don't like to move it to use it. Time-saving life hacks video, I was like, I don't like to move it to use it. So I need to use my measuring jug. I don't like to have to take things out of it to be able to grab it. I just want to grab it and have easy access to it, and then be able to put it back and have, you know, the measuring cups and the measuring spoons separate to it. So instead of having it stored inside, it will just be stored next to it. So that is a cute little Ikea find. Another thing I picked up from Ikea is this, and it was in the kitchen section. I think it is actually meant to be like for storing tea and coffee. Just a really lightweight tin, but I'm actually going to be using it in my laundry, because I've been looking for something that is lightweight enough to just be able to stick to the wall of the laundry with a 3M strip. And because this is tin, it is very, very light. It's kind of cute. It is black and gold, so it will match like the decor. And I'm just going to pop that on the wall of the laundry, or maybe even beside the dryer, and just be able to use it as a lint bin. It doesn't need to have the lid kept on it like that, just to chuck the lint in, and then when you want to empty it, you just have to grab it out and chuck it in the bin. So definitely a good find, and I think it was just a couple of bucks. From Ikea, I also just picked up some spare batteries, and I actually laughed because I had to use my VIP album, so my very important photo album, which I shared in, Time Saving Life Hacks, just to double check which was the kind of battery that I needed to buy for my kitchen scales. So this was $5 for a 2, 4, 6, for an 8-pack. So that was super, super cheap, considering I think it's that price in the supermarkets for just one of these batteries. From, where did I get this? This is from Target. So I bought this from Target, and I initially bought it for the centerpiece for my round dining room table, and I was going to use it to put like all of the tea things in, but the base, it looks nice and it looks cute, but the base is quite uneven. I know it doesn't look like it, but it doesn't hold things straight and flat. So it's still good to use, and I have used it still as like just a serving tray. very super handy to have. And again, you can use it as decor. So I like to have things that double up as decor as well as to be able to actually use them for something. So I've got loads of serving trays that I use around the house, which just hold things, and you can use it as decoration, but you can actually also use it by taking the decorations out and actually use it as serving trays, or places to put drinks when you've got people over. So that is it. I also picked up from Kmart in the cleaning theme like a silicone scrubby brush for the dishwasher. So I currently have a just one of those regular dish wands which has the removable sponge and scourer at the end, but it's not really 100% eco-friendly to be just chucking away that spongy scrubby thing every couple of weeks when you need to change it. So I thought that using this type, which is just an all-in-one and it's got some silicone brushes in the end, would actually be a better option to do that. So I'm going to switch the one that I've got in my kitchen sink, use it for the bathroom with the vinegar and dishwashing detergent trick to clean the shower screens, and then that shouldn't need changing over as frequently as if I was using it in the kitchen for doing the dishes. This will hopefully help to stop using disposable sponges at such a high frequency. So let's see how this goes. Thing that I picked up from Ikea, my son is always asking me, can we get a puppy? And I'm like, no, because puppies they are a long-term commitment. Our last dog, Wookie, was 18 years old when she died. That is a long-term commitment. I was just trying to explain to him how, it's not easy when you've got a dog and you want to go away on holidays or something. You need to always ask someone to be able to look after it. You can't really go away spontaneously. So I was like, no, we're not getting a dog right now. Maybe in a few years, yes, and when you're a little bit older and you can actually take care of it. And he's like, no, Mum, I'll take care of it, I'll take care of it, I'll take care of it. And I'm like, well, I think that Mum will end up being the one that takes care of it. So I ended up getting him a little puppy dog from Ikea, little husky pup. That will always stay a pup, but doesn't need any feeding or toilet training. It won't wee on the new rug. It won't eat the new sofa. It won't stop us from going away on holidays because this little pup can come along too. So I love Ikea for soft toys. They are so cute. And they actually, I do believe that they give some of the money that they make from soft toys, they give it to children's charities. So that is a nice little thing. So little pup, we haven't named him yet. I've actually been watching all of the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit movies recently. So I think he might end up having a little hobbity kind of name, just because it was at the same time that we got him that we were enjoying all of those Hobbit movies as a family. Alright, so that is it from little Hobbity Livelig and me. I hope you enjoyed this whole video. I know it is something different, but honestly, like I said at the start, cleaning videos are kind of oversaturating YouTube at the moment, and I think that when you're stuck in lockdown, the whole state of Victoria has gone back to lockdown, so sometimes it's just nice to get a break from reality and just, have a look at things that other people are buying. I especially like seeing these things, even if it's from other countries where I can't necessarily go and buy these things. I still like looking at it because it gives you inspiration and it just gives you a little sneak peek into other people's lives, which I really like. I enjoy it. Of course, some of these things coming from Ikea, you can get them all around the world where there is an Ikea store. Click and collect, there is home delivery, so lots of options if you are still stuck in lockdown. I hope this has been an enjoyable video for you, and in the next video I will share how I have set up all these things throughout the house with some home updates. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. It is really great feedback for me. It helps out my channel a ton. It lets me know that you enjoy this type of video, and so I know to keep on making more of them. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe before you go. Hang out and watch a few more videos. I'll link some below in the description box that I think you will like. Have a great week, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone. I just wanted to share with you quickly a couple of things that I forgot to film in my main haul part. I also picked up a black Ikea Raskog trolley for my kids' bedroom makeover, and this is just to hold all of their school supplies and their homework materials. I love these things. They hold a ton of stuff. They're really great because they are on wheels, so they're mobile. The kids can move it around when they want to use their space for something else. But it is just great to have all their homework supplies stored in one convenient location. Then also for my room, I'm in the middle of updating my bedroom with a little bit of a makeover, and I picked up this Kmart jewelry tray. They do have a whole range in this style, but they only have this one available at the moment. But I was speaking with someone from Kmart and they said that they are going to be restocking their things in the next 7 days, so they will have the different styles of this same one available. In my laundry, I also did a few more updates with these Kmart wire baskets, one just to hold the dryer balls, and then also another one above it just to hold my cleaning cloths. And these are absolutely great because they're so lightweight. They can just attach anywhere with 3M strips, and just to give you that little bit of extra storage space where you need it. I also picked up from Kmart these little lunchbox containers. These are perfect. They're not plastic. They are stainless steel. They wash up really nicely in the dishwasher. They won't break, and they stack all together, so you're not faced with a whole drawer of little Tupperware containers with different lids, different sizes. They don't stack. They don't store. I will have everything that I've mentioned in this video linked in my website, just for the sake of being able to update links in one centralized place rather than it being linked throughout different videos. In the living room, I picked up these Kmart Scandi bookshelves just to take the books and some of the pressure off other storage areas. And I posted these updates on Instagram, and surprise, surprise, using bookshelves for actually holding books. So that is really it for this whole video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys. Anyway, I thought it would be a nice, fun change to add something a little bit different. I know that cleaning videos are just oversaturated on YouTube at the moment, and personally, I'm even sick of every second video in my subscription feed and in my suggested video feed. It's literally all carbon copies of basically the same thing. Like, how many times can you honestly watch someone clean their house without it getting just too boring? That is one of the reasons why I've been changing up a lot of the content on my channel, and definitely I will still keep putting up cleaning videos because it's a really important part of like my lifestyle, keeping a clean, tidy, organized home. It definitely helps with my mindset and me feel like I'm on top of things, and I'm absolutely much more of a productive person when my house is clean, tidy and under control. So I definitely will be. I do actually have a 5-part series ready to go up in the next coming weeks, just with my updated Monday to Friday cleaning schedule. So be sure to subscribe if that's the kind of thing that you're interested in. I was looking for an item in Kmart at Aspley. I'm going to say Aspley. It's where the hypermarket is, so it's kind of on the north side of Brisbane, and I was coming back from Ikea, and I was like, I will just pop into that Kmart to see if they've got that vase that I'm looking for. They didn't. Like everywhere, Kmart is literally practically sold out of everything. It is so annoying and it is so frustrating. Like, I understand with COVID-19 and everything, but for God's sakes, Kmart, stop advertising that you've got stuff and then literally every single store is out of stock. It is so annoying. And like, don't put up signs all throughout your shop that the stock levels are going to be returning to normal in July. Just don't. Just say, like, be honest, because you're just annoying the frick out of everyone who is looking for things that you keep advertising online on Instagram. Just stop it. Curse you, Ikea. I'm not going to make any bloody Ikea videos anymore if they keep discontinuing everything that I love.